What's up, everybody? My name is BlazetigerTv, back with another video, and we're going to go and fight Child again. It says recommended party level 35, but yeah, definitely does not feel like that at all. At all. So, yeah. Um, what I might do is, because he's out of every boss and battle we've had in the game until now, he's actually pretty challenging. So what
Wow!
I might
You looked impressive enough for me.
do is
Well, to that Samora is minted, right? Oh, so it's a
go
trick.
get my
Well,
other
even
characters
if we can't,
together to
or
come and
better
fight him
yet,
because this
he can.
dude's
Oh,
this dude
right.
is pretty he's
It's
pretty tough. He's pretty
quiet.
tough.
Look! What a. Uh-oh. Quick! We have to.
All right. Oh, and before we begin, let's do. Oh crap! I don't have any. Dang it! All right. So we got that activated. Because I'm gonna need some buffs for this fight. I can't. This one's not gonna be easy at all. Um, increase up part. Not that one. Attack by 95. Increase all party members attack by. Yeah, we're gonna get this one. And let's do this one. Ah, yeah, because we're gonna need a lot of help fighting this guy here.
You've already fulfilled your.
Huh? Who's there?
If you were
Try not
Fatui, I
to.
imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself.
Try not
But
to
now,
die here
you're nothing but
because
dross, and you're in.
I'll have to
Although, don't
redo
you
all
think
of
that
this
trying to
dialogue scene again.
stop?
So you've been planning to.
As one, she will get that which she desires. The time for
Boy.
discussion. Either way, the battle.
Battle?
When instead of confronting you when she faces a word. But as for me,
Wish you could skip all this, but you can't.
besides, you
But I'm ready for him this time. Definitely ready for him this
Fighting
time.
talk, This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui
Oh
Harbinger.
gosh,
So
I
come
can't.
now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and keep myself healed. Look how much damage one hit. Yo, that's insane.
Not bad, not bad. Passable effort. Run all you like.
Oh, let me try this out actually. See if he does go for it.
Clear shot.
My God.
A fine opportunity. Cowering already? Try this. You've made some progress. Guess I should take you more seriously.
Shadows of fate.
Oh, right, I
No
forgot.
wonder Senora
I
was so
forgot he
wary.
does that. Bro, oh my gosh. Yeah, I completely forgot that
That just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
all right, and he's marking me as he hits me too.
No use hiding back there.
Shadows of fate.
Switch characters, what the heck?
Written in the stars.
Lord Jesus.
You've got some skills.
I want to make sure that this is still active. Where is he?
All you do is run. Retribution!
Okay. Ooh, I just hit him for 4,000 on one swing there.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get.
It would be cool if eventually, I don't know if they'll make it like a summonable character, but eventually if you can use all the elements, or at least 2 with him, instead of having to switch back and forth.
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing it to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected. Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now.
Yeah. He mad.
I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
I ain't gonna lie. He has a dumb cool transformation sequence. That's kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie. We should get like an armor like that. He's not too mobile in this form, but he is very strong. So let's see how fast we can take him down.
This is going to cost you!
Should have gotten my child ready for this fight. Child versus child. That would have been. I think that would have been cool. Oh shoot! They threw me into it. Okay.
Shadows of
You got to the gnosis ahead of me, didn't you?
Switch. Jesus. Okay, so he looks like he does. He is attracted by her.
To me on purpose. It's over now. Don't make me take it from you.
Really? Take it? Let the ship...
Okay, I was waiting for this.
Delve into destiny.
Where is he? Oh crap! Oh no, we cannot die. Can't lose the Luke. He's our main damage dealer here. Well, he's the only. Gotta recover some stamina real quick.
Delve into destiny.
Oh
Delve into destiny.
Uh-oh.
Let's dance. Let me scrub.
Die here.
Shit! Oh, I tried to jump in. Alright, so we're gonna bring him back. This is cryo resist increase. 16%. Okay, we need to beat him. Like, we need to beat him now. Let's do this one. We need to beat him now.
Shadows of fate. Written in the stars. Let
I
me scribe.
think I did that a little too
Destiny
early. Yep,
cannot be
did it a little too early.
denied.
Oh, we got him here. We got him.
So you went.
Woo.
Look! Child's back to normal again.
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through, and now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you. We didn't take it.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes.
I wonder how strong he'll be once
If
he does
that is a
get all his
secret you
powers and
wish to
stuff.
keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Yes,
Ooh,
it appears
okay.
so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this. I absolutely detest working with those who are weaker than I. The truth is, the world belongs to those of us who desire to become strong. I seldom willingly mingle with any dull and boring weaklings who think otherwise. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to...
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyan's stone forest.
A god?
Osile, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing.
Okay, so it looks like we're about to fight a god here. Oh boy, alright. This game's getting real interesting. Like, the story is actually very good. Like, I'm really all into this. Ooh. That's big.
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing after we beat this guy, I guess we can start. Well, I mean, they will say, well, I'm just guessing. Like after we beat this will wrap up all of the Leeway arc, and we can actually move on to the next continent, probably. I mean, not in this patch, but not on this version patch, but on the next one.
Paimon's
But they'll at least
exhausted.
hint to it or reference it at the end of this.
If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we
This
really
looks
wouldn't have
like,
known which way
for
to
those who are
go.
old enough to remember this game, Sonic Adventure 1, when you had to fight Chaos at the end, even though it was just one hit, but that's what I'm getting from this right here. Except
The
we're not
little
turning Super
guy?
Saiyan out here.
Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Lele yet, has...
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Lele? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle, which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... no.
What? But all of you are supposed to be the guardians of Lele. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
Man, she is so
I
arrogant,
suppose this is
or
one blessing
that
from the
thing
Adepti
isn't
we should be
arrogant as
thankful
hell.
for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now. Yep.
Not gonna lie, that was kind of cool. That makes me want to go get her powered up even more now. Wait, so we don't get to participate in the fight? This is all... Oh, we do. Okay.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Guizhong Ballista!
Man, I want Kaching, man. This game is really good. Outside of the gotcha elements of the game, this game is pretty good. I like it.
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
And enough healing that can help you, boy.
Retribution. This should be fun.
Is he gonna toss him off? Nope. Okay.
Retribution!
Looks like I went too far. This is trouble.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Oh, careful not to get hit, and I got hit.
Let the show be.
The Fatui! Their attacks
Guess
are
that would have just
unrelenting.
made, just fighting them like this would have just made it too easy, I guess.
Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward.
I wonder if I put that down, will they just attack that instead of just going for... Oh yeah, they are. Jeez. Heck yeah, man. It's a lot of them. Oh, shit.
about to say we can't hold them, children?
Bro, it's a lot of them, bro.
Hot. Here, take this.
Oh, okay, thank you, Jesus.
Energy. That light from your body. It's like a tiny giant curse. Wow, it's Madam Pink's shockwave. This grady's really strong.
Retribution!
Oh no, he has to go for sure.
It's time for a flash cook. It isn't time for a fight by duty. I miscalculated.
Okay.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
Wait, what is she doing?
So this is what Barney's like in a fight.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going to...
Ooh, boy, I hear Sonic in this mode. Oh, It is much better. If this is the end of the arc, this is a much better ending than the
You are strong in body and spirit.
Yo wheels
Perhaps
of all
you can
three
withstand
powers at
three forms
once.
of adeptal energy at once.
This one hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Yeah, this is much more enjoyable than fighting Storm Terror in the first one when you left Leo away. I mean, Mondstadt. Whoops, wrong person. Move much faster with her.
Delve into destiny. Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words,
Man, you guys are
here there's nothing
coming
worse to come,
through.
right?
Oh, is that it? Oh man, another one.
Let me amuse myself with the sense I shine.
Is that it?
Let the show begin.
Okay. Oh, he's gone. I'm surprised his head didn't roll.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what. I have another idea. What do you mean, Lady Ningguang? I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
They basically dropped a nuke on his ass. Yeah, I actually like this much better than the way the Mondstadt ended. That was pretty dope. And they all gave me their powers and all of that. That was pretty dope. Because, man, if they didn't, there was no way I would have beat all those guys, especially since they like to shield themselves with element energy. So that was pretty dope. And I think, I mean, after a battle like that, that should be the end of the act, right? So I think that might be it. Let's see what happens now. Claim. Oh,
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiation. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat, but that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting
Oh,
Liyue?
ooh, my man's pissed. Got up in her face and everything.
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks, and thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Oh.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, There is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Chising will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis, but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death?
Alright.
Doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Okay, so I think at this point we can just end it because I don't think there's anything else past this. I think it's just dialogue past this part. I don't know. Let's keep going. I know it's reset time here, so I gotta go do commissions and stuff. Let's see how much longer it's gonna take. Let's see.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangshen...
We've come to see Zhongli.
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank... But last time we saw Zhongli was... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? We had better go and...
Okay, so this might end up being a lot longer. So let's see, we are at the 40-minute mark at this point. About to hit it. So I think I might end it here. Let's see. See what happens once we get out of here. But okay, so yeah, so that was pretty good. Once I'm finished with this, it's just to get my characters all situated now. Prepare them for AR 45. That's world rank 6, so enemies should all be level 70 at that point.
Cooperation
70,
involves
yeah.
communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you!
It's you two. I believe we've met once before.
Yeah, you
In
knocked
the
me
city of
out.
Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best
I
to
feel
keep
like
things
he might
peaceful
be
this
OP
time, seeing that 2
when
of
he
the
gets all
Harbingers
7. He
are
about to
here.
be the next. He about to be the Squirrel's avatar.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now...
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
The thing, what is it called?
How sanctimonious.
So Zhongli is actually Rex. Oh, I did not see that coming.
So you're the Lord of Chiel? No, wait.
Did not see that coming.
But why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky and all of Liyue goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. I witnessed the founding of Liyue, together with the Adepti 3,700 years ago. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come, until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You've finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer, so I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. That's right, which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him, too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. Why, You even deserved an encore. The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with such a crisis, they exerted the greatest amount of restraint. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even tried to understand the heart of the... And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Signora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence, far from the eavesdropping ears of her colleague child, just as I had requested. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liu in this mortal form. Thank you for walking that path with me, traveler. These things were all a part of my script. The only unforeseen plot twist was the conduct of the Liu Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liu. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liu as divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liu.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything.
If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liu, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liu. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapolyarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scale, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Bro. That was a surprise. I was not expecting that. Aw. Yeah, that was a shocking twist. I was not expecting Zhongli to be. I mean, I guess I should have expected that since Venti kind of kept it a secret, and we learned that Venti was the god. Then I mean, Zhongli was a big part of this arc, of this arc, whichever. So I guess I should have figured that. But hey, it's all good. It was all stuff like that makes the stories worth going through and paying attention to. Okay, so I think we're going to stop it here. We are at the 50-minute mark, so it's still going.
Today's the day of the rite of parting.
Alright, so yeah, we're going to stop it here, and we'll come back and do some more. So that's all I have for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so when I upload my next video. I'll catch you guys on the next one.